Have you ever wondered why some older men are always healthy, clear-minded, and rarely fall ill, while others are sluggish and frequently end up in the hospital? Could it be that they hold a secret we don't know about? After hearing what I'm about to say, many will be astonished. Because the main difference between these two groups isn't about expensive medicine or strict exercise routine. It's their relationship with self-pleasure or masturbation. Many men, especially those who grew up when discussions about sex were considered taboo, feel awkward even thinking about masturbation in later life. It's a topic that often makes older generations squirm in their seats. But what if I told you that this aspect of sexual expression could play a crucial role in how well you age? Recent medical research is beginning to show that regular sexual activity, including masturbation, can have profound benefits for overall health as you grow older. For many men over 55, sexual pleasure is gradually pushed into the background. It becomes something from the pasta closed chapter marked by physical changes, social expectations, or relationship challenges. Perhaps you've noticed a decline in desire, experienced difficulty maintaining an erection, or even felt that self-pleasure is somehow inappropriate at your age. Maybe you've picked up subtle hints from society that your sexuality should have an expiration date, or worse, you've been made to feel ashamed for still wanting to enjoy this natural part of being human. Unfortunately, this withdrawal from sexual expression is not just about missing out on pleasure. It can represent a deeper disconnection from a vital life force, one that affects your overall well-being. When men let go of their sexual expression, including masturbation, they may not notice the immediate effects. Over time, however, this disconnection can lead to accelerated cognitive decline, a weakened immune system, and even more cardiovascular problems. Regular sexual activity triggers the release of hormones like testosterone, oxytocin, and endorphins. These hormones are essential for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and mental health. At the same time, the psychological impact of shutting down your sexual self can lead to depression, isolation, and a diminished sense of purpose. Many men don't realize that by neglecting this aspect of their life, they might be speeding up their own aging process. But here's the good news. Reclaiming your relationship with self-pleasure at any age can help reverse many of these negative trends. Regular masturbation isn't just about the immediate pleasure, it's a profound form of self-care. It increases blood flow throughout your body, including to your brain and vital organs. It also helps maintain the neural pathways that make pleasure and satisfaction possible. In a sense, it's an act of reconnecting with your body in a positive and affirming way, especially at a time when many men feel increasingly estranged from their physical selves. It is astonishing that even with all the mounting scientific evidence, the benefits of regular self-pleasure for older men remain one of medicine's best-kept secrets. So why isn't this information more widely shared with men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond? The answer is complex. It involves cultural taboos, blind spots in healthcare, and persistent myths about aging and sexuality. There's a revolutionary approach to male sexual health in later YIRSA way of thinking that challenges everything you may have been led to believe. This approach treats sexual expression not as a mere indulgence, but as an essential component of maintaining holistic health as you age. Imagine a world where sexual self-care is celebrated as much as a daily walk or a healthy meal. In this narrative, I invite you to join me on a journey where we explore this vital yet often neglected aspect of male health and longevity. By the end of our story together, you'll have a comprehensive guide designed especially for men over 55. This guide will outline how to safely and comfortably incorporate self-pleasure into your wellness routine. Whether or not you currently have a partner, it's not just about enhancing pleasure, it's about reclaiming a powerful tool to extend your healthy years and keep your vitality intact. For many, the primary reason for abandoning self-pleasure as they age is not due to physical limitations. Instead, it's the result of a deep misunderstanding about sexual health later in life. Medical science has debunked the myth that sexual desire simply fades away with age. While the way you express your sexuality may change, the need for physical pleasure and intimate connection remains hardwired in your biology throughout your entire life. The real problem lies in a toxic mix of misinformation, cultural taboos, and a healthcare system that rarely addresses male sexuality beyond the reproductive years or treatments for erectile dysfunction. This creates a dangerous gap in knowledge, leaving many men believing that their sexual selves must be surrendered to time. This misunderstanding shows itself in many ways. Some older men mistakenly assume that a decrease in spontaneous arousal or changes in erection quality means they should completely stop sexual activity. Others have absorbed decades of religious or cultural messages that label self-pleasure as shameful or inappropriate, especially in later years. And then there are those who think that conserving sexual energy is the key to maintaining vitality, when science actually suggests the opposite. Perhaps the most tragic misconception is that sexual health is separate from overall health. In reality, the two are intricately connected, influencing each other in profound ways throughout your life. Think of your sexuality like a finely tuned musical instrument. It needs regular practice to stay in harmony. Just as an unused piano develops stiff keys and a dull sound, your sexual physiology can begin to deteriorate when it isn't regularly stimulated. The smooth muscles of the penis, the vascular pathways that allow blood flow, the neural connections that process pleasure, and the hormonal systems that regulate desire, all of these need regular activation to function well. Without it, they don't simply pause. They begin to decline, making it harder to reverse the process as time goes on. Of course, physical changes do play a role too. Lower testosterone levels, medication side effects, chronic health conditions, and relationship changes all contribute to a shifting sexual landscape as you age. But psychological factors such as performance anxiety, depression, grief after losing a partner, or the adjustment to retirement can further complicate your relationship with your sexuality. Environmental influences, such as living with family members or in assisted living facilities, may also create privacy issues that discourage sexual expression. These factors form a complex web of challenges that can seem overwhelming without the proper guidance and support. The encouraging reality is that these challenges can be overcome with the right approach. Your capacity for sexual pleasure doesn't have an expiration date. The male body retains its ability to experience pleasure well into the 80s, 90s, and beyond, although sometimes it happens in different ways compared to your youth. The adaptability of the human nervous system means that new pathways for pleasure can always be developed, even as older ones change. With the right techniques, some adjustments, and sometimes a bit of medical support, you can maintain or even reclaim this essential part of your humanity throughout your life with significant benefits for your overall health and longevity. This knowledge represents a true paradigm shift for many men who have resigned themselves to a pleasure-free existence in their later years. Instead of accepting diminished pleasure as an inevitable part of aging, you can see it as a modifiable factorone over which you have far more control than you might think. By understanding the true causes of sexual withdrawal in older men, you can address them systematically, reopening a door that many believed was permanently closed. The journey to reclaiming this aspect of yourself begins with a change in mindset. you need to recognize that self-pleasure isn't just acceptable in later years, it's beneficial. This mental shift is powerful medicine in its own right. Instead of viewing masturbation as a poor substitute for partnered sex or something inappropriate for your age, begin to see it as an essential form of self-care, much like physical exercise or eating well. This new perspective requires you to challenge the negative messages you may have absorbed throughout your life. It starts with acknowledging that your body is still deserving of pleasure and that maintaining sexual function is a legitimate health concern, not something frivolous or shameful. The benefits of adopting this new mindset extend far beyond the psychological. Regular self-stimulation promotes increased blood flow to your genital region, helping to maintain the health of erectile tissue and urinary function. Studies have shown that men who ejaculate more frequently throughout their lives tend to have lower rates of prostate cancer. In fact, some research suggests that ejaculating 21 times or more per month offers the best protective benefits. The hormonal cascade triggered by arousal and orgasm helps reduce stress, improve sleep quality, and provide natural pain relief through the release of endorphins. Furthermore, engaging in sexual activity stimulates multiple regions of the brain, maintaining neural pathways and potentially even offering some protection against cognitive decline. All these benefits work together, creating a positive cycle that improves your overall health. Putting this solution into practice can be simple and gradual. Start by creating a private, comfortable space where you can explore without fear of interruption. Schedule time for self-exploration when you're relaxed, and have plenty of energy treat it as an important appointment with yourself. Begin with gentle touch focused on sensation rather than immediate arousal or orgasm. Allow yourself to rediscover your body with curiosity instead of judgment, noting how sensations might have changed over time. Since natural lubrication often diminishes with age, consider using a high-quality lubricant designed for sensitive skin. This small adjustment can make a big difference in comfort and pleasure. Medical research supports this approach. For example, a long-term study from a Finnish university followed men aged 55 to 75 for 5 years and found that those who maintained regular sexual activity, including masturbation, had significantly lower rates of cardiovascular issues and better cognitive test scores than those who were sexually inactive. Research from the University of California has also suggested that regular sexual activity boosts the production of hormones that protect brain tissue and improve neuroplasticity. A 2019 review in a respected medical journal even concluded that regular sexual expression in later life is linked with reduced overall mortality, improved immune function, and better management of age-related health conditions, independent of factors like general physical activity or social engagement. Now, picture waking up with a renewed sense of vitality, feeling more connected to your body rather than at odds with it. Imagine the satisfaction of knowing that you're taking care of an essential aspect of your health, rather than resigning yourself to decline. For many men who adopt this approach, the benefits extend well beyond the bedroom. They report feeling more like themselves, more engaged with life, and more optimistic about their future. This renewed relationship with pleasure often sparks positive changes in other areas, such as improved self-care and nutrition, exercise, and social interactions. It's important to note that this approach does not demand perfection. The goal isn't to recreate the sexual experiences of your youth, but to develop a new, appropriate relationship with pleasure that honors the reality of your body and your circumstances. Many men find that when they remove the pressure of performance and focus instead on mindful enjoyment, what was once a source of frustration transforms into a reliable and fulfilling source of pleasure. Remember that progress may be gradual, and setbacks are a normal part of any journey. The key is to be patient and persistent. Each positive experience builds momentum for the next, creating an upward spiral of improvement rather than a downward slide. Along with shifting your mindset, a major part of reclaiming your sexual wellness in later years involves adapting your techniques to work with your body's natural changes. This isn't about fighting against aging, it's about working harmoniously with your changing physiology. The mature male body often responds differently than it did in its youth, and that might mean you need more direct stimulation, longer periods of arousal, or even different types of touch. Rather than seeing these changes as problems or dysfunctions, recognize them as natural shifts that simply require some adjustment. In time, you can develop a repertoire of techniques tailored specifically for your body. This can turn frustration into satisfaction and help you rediscover doors to pleasure that you thought were permanently closed. One of the most common mistakes many men make when trying to reclaim their sexual wellness is expecting every session of self-pleasure to replicate the firm erections or powerful orgasms of their youth. This all-or-nothing mindset creates performance pressure that actually inhibits arousal. When the body feels pressured, stress hormones are released, blood vessels constrict, and muscles tense up, all of which work against the relaxation needed for sexual pleasure. Instead of expecting perfection, focus on the process rather than a specific outcome. Every pleasurable sensation, no matter how small, is a victory. Think of each session as an important part of your overall health, similar to regular exercise or balanced nutrition. Another error is practicing self-pleasure inconsistently. If you only engage in it sporadically, the systems that support sexual function like blood flow and nerve sensitivity don't get the regular stimulation they need. For real benefits, consistency is key. Many experts suggest setting a regular schedule for self-pleasure, ideally 2 to 3 times a week, so that it becomes a steady, non-negotiable part of your wellness routine. This regular practice helps maintain the physical capacity needed for spontaneous sexual activity when the mood strikes. Focusing too much on just the genital response and ignoring the rest of your body's capacity for pleasure is another pitfall. It's easy to fixate on achieving an erection and forget that the whole body can contribute to the sensual experience. Expanding your awareness to include other erogenous zones like your inner thighs, lower abdomen, and chest can open up new pathways to pleasure. This whole body approach not only increases overall arousal, but can also indirectly enhance genital response by engaging more neural pathways. Rushing through the process is also a common mistake. Many men approach self-pleasure with the same urgency they might use for other daily tasks, trying to get to climax as quickly as possible. However, older bodies often require more time to respond to stimulation. By hurrying the process, you may actually be undermining your ability to fully enjoy and benefit from the experience. Instead, allow yourself at least 30 to 45 minutes for each session. Use the early part of that time to relax and explore non-genital areas before gradually transitioning to more direct stimulation. This patient, unhurried approach can lead to stronger, more satisfying experiences. Perhaps the most damaging mistake of all is engaging in self-pleasure with feelings of shame or embarrassment. If you approach the act with negative emotions, your body reacts by tensing up, your breathing becomes shallow, and arousal is limited. Instead, practice self-permission and positive affirmation. Remind yourself that taking care of your sexual health is an important part of your overall well-being, and that you have every right to enjoy this natural expression of your humanity. With the right mindset and practical techniques in place, many men have found a way to reclaim their sexual wellness and transform their overall health. In fact, there is a systematic restoration method that has been designed specifically for men over 55, developed in consultation with urologists, sexual health therapists, and informed by the experiences of hundreds of men. This method is a comprehensive approach to reestablishing and maintaining sexual wellness in later life. The restoration method unfolds in 5 sequential phases, ideally practiced 2 to 3 times weekly. The first phase, called the preparation phase, lasts about 5 to 10 minutes. During this time, you create a comfortable, private environment. You adjust the room temperature, arrange pillows for support if needed, and eliminate any distractions. You then apply a small quarter-sized amount of high-quality lubricant to your hands, warming it up before you begin. The second phase is the relaxation phase, which lasts another 5 to 10 minutes. Here, you focus on deep breathing and progressive muscle relaxation. Take 10 slow, deep breaths, consciously releasing tension from every part of your body. This step is crucial for setting the stage for the experience ahead. In the third phase, called the awakening phase, which takes about 10 to 15 minutes, you begin to explore non-genital pleasure. Instead of immediately focusing on your sexual organs, you gently touch your inner thighs, lower abdomen, chest, and other sensitive areas. The goal is to build an awareness of sensation without any pressure to achieve a specific outcome. This exploratory phase is about rediscovering your body with curiosity and openness. The fourth phase is the focus stimulation phase, also lasting about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, you introduce more direct stimulation. There are 3 specific techniques recommended here. The palm method. Use your lubricated palm to gently encircle your penis, applying slow, deliberate pressure and movements along its length. The gland circulation technique. Use 2 fingers to make small, circular motions around the head of your penis with a bit firmer pressure. The root strengthening approach. Apply moderate pressure and massage the base of the penis and the perineum to boost blood flow and strengthen the pelvic floor. No matter how your body responds, maintain a focus on the sensations rather than any fixed expectations of performance. Finally, the 5th phase is the integration phase, which lasts about 5 minutes. In this last stage, you practice mindful awareness of the sensations spreading throughout your body. You take a few moments to appreciate the experience for what it is, a form of self-care that contributes to your overall health. You acknowledge the benefits of what you have just completed. For the best results, it's important to keep to a regular schedule. Experts suggest that most men over 55 benefit from practicing this complete routine 3 times per week. The timing of these sessions can also make a difference. Many find that mid-morning, between 9 and 11 a.m., is ideal because testosterone levels are naturally higher at that time. Alternatively, early evening between 5 and 7 p.m. might work if mornings aren't convenient. Avoid times when you are extremely tired, right after a large meal, or immediately following strenuous physical activity. The restoration method is not meant to be rushed. Many experts recommend integrating this approach gradually over a 3-week period. During the first week, focus only on the first 3 phases: preparation, relaxation, and awakening. Use this time to rebuild your body's awareness and develop positive associations with self-pleasure. In the second week, add in the focus stimulation phase, still keeping an open, exploratory attitude without putting too much pressure on achieving a particular outcome. By the 3rd week, practice the complete 5-phase routine, gradually extending the time spent on the parts that feel most beneficial to you. It's also helpful to keep a private wellness journal. Write down your experiences, note changes in sensation, mood, and overall well-being. Many men begin to notice improvements in sensitivity and overall satisfaction within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered so far. We started by exploring how maintaining sexual expression through regular self-pleasure is not just about immediate satisfaction, it's a critical component of overall health for men over 55. We discussed how the mind-body connection influences sexual wellness and how harmful myths about aging and sexuality can lead to unnecessary withdrawal from sexual expression. We then introduced practical strategies to work with your changing body rather than against it, emphasizing the importance of adapting your techniques and maintaining consistency. Finally, we outlined a comprehensive step-by-step restoration method that has been refined through both research and real-world experience. The benefits of following this method are far-reaching. In the short term, many men report improved mood, reduced stress levels, and better sleep quality after just a few weeks of regular practice. The hormonal benefits, such as the release of endorphins, oxytocin, and testosterone, help to create a more positive outlook and greater emotional stability. In the medium term, typically within 2 to 3 months, many notice enhanced blood flow to the genital area, improved sensitivity, and more reliable arousal. Some even find that their dependence on erectile medications is reduced, or that those medications work more effectively when needed. Over the long term, men who consistently practice these techniques for a year or more often experience lower rates of prostate issues, better cognitive function, improved cardiovascular health markers, and the maintenance of muscle mass and bone density, all thanks to the hormonal optimization that comes with regular sexual expression. Imagine waking up 6 months from now with a renewed sense of vitality, feeling reconnected to a part of yourself you feared was lost forever. Picture the confidence that comes from knowing you are actively taking care of your overall health, not just accepting decline as inevitable. Consider how this renewed connection with your body might positively influence your intimate relationships, whether you have a partner or are open to new connections. Many men who have embraced this approach describe a profound shift in how they view aging. Instead of seeing it as a time of inevitable decline, they now see it as a period of adaptation, continued growth, and even a new dimension of pleasure, a pleasure that is perhaps deeper and more satisfying than in earlier years. One of the biggest challenges is the silence surrounding male sexuality in later years. Many men believe they are alone in their struggles and that no one else talks about these issues. In reality, millions of men face the same changes and challenges, but the taboo nature of the topic often leaves them isolated. Joining online communities or discussion groups where experiences are shared can provide not only motivation, but also practical advice. These communities help break the isolation and remind you that the challenges you face are common and they can be overcome. In closing, the journey to reclaiming sexual wellness in later life is not just a matter of physical practice. It's a commitment to caring for every aspect of your health. With the right mindset, practical techniques, and consistency, you have the power to maintain and even enhance your sexual vitality well into your later years. This is not a quick fix, but a sustained, comprehensive approach that can transform your experience of aging. Instead of resigning yourself to a pleasure-free existence, you can choose to reclaim an essential part of your humanity, keeping yourself vibrant, connected, and healthy. I encourage you to commit to this method for at least 90 days. Mark these sessions on your calendar as non-negotiable appointments, just as you would a doctor's visit or a workout session. Each day you delay might make the restoration process more challenging, but every day you act brings you closer to improved overall health and a richer quality of life. The men who achieve the greatest success are those who approach setbacks with curiosity rather than judgment, viewing each experience as valuable feedback that helps refine their approach. Remember, this is a journey toward not only maintaining but enhancing your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. With patience, consistency, curiosity, and self-compassion, you can open up a path to renewed pleasure, improved health, and a better quality of life. Your future self will thank you for the commitment you make today, taking control of your health rather than surrendering to the passage of time. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this story and for considering a new way to look at your sexual wellness. By breaking through the silence and embracing this powerful form of self-care, you're giving yourself the gift of vitality, not just adding years to your life, but life to your years. May your journey be filled with renewed energy, joy, and a deep sense of well-being.